This is my friend Bao. Hey Bao.
What it do?
What is your favorite part about Horror Nights?
Probably the atmosphere and, you know, the get together of friends and the houses, of course.
It's a good reunion.
It is. It's always a good time with the Mitchell Mouse, you know?
Awesome, thank you. All right, Denise, what is your favorite part of Halloween Horror Nights?
My favorite part of Horror Nights is like people always shit on Horror Night, like going all the time because like it gets boring. But I like it because it's an excuse to see your friends.
That's what Bao said.
Really? I also really like how every time is kind of different for the most part. You know, sometimes you don't get the same scare, sometimes you get different ones.
Hey everyone, welcome back here. This is Mitchell, and today I'm going to be breaking down the best of Halloween Horror Nights 2022. So let's get started. First, we're going to be breaking down my favorite top 2 scare zones. Then we're going to be looking at my 3 favorite houses. Lastly, we're going to be discussing my favorite food items at this year's Halloween Horror Nights 2022. So sit tight, and I hope you enjoy this video.
I have taken root and will now accept your praise. I am the Pumpkin Lord.
Okay, so starting off with scare zones, I want to talk about my top 2 favorite scare zones at this year's HHN. My second favorite scare zone is probably Graveyard Deadly Unrest. If you don't know which scare zone that is, if you take a right as soon as you get to the Pumpkin Lord, that's the scare zone, right next to the 5 and Dime store. This scare zone gives me a spooky feeling. There's also some really fun characters. There's this skeleton character that walks around and scares people with a little puppet on the scare actor's shoulders. It's a really good effect. It looks like a little ghost with little skeleton arms. It's a really fun scare. There's ghosts. It's really hard to pull off ghosts when it comes to scare actors. Ghosts. Why does that word sound so weird? Ghosts. Ghosts. As you know, ghosts are hard to do if you're just a scare actor and you just have makeup. It's hard to do it unless you're watching a movie, basically. Every once in a while, my favorite scare zones will change, but as of right now, my favorite scare zone is definitely Sweet's Revenge. That's right outside of the Tribute Store, right outside of the Mummy. It's classic Halloween themed. So it's a Halloween carnival, a Halloween festival. There's lots of people that look like trick-or-treaters because the theming is that Major Sweets Candy Company started selling all this poisonous candy and giving it to these kids, and they turned into maniacs, and they're running around and they're just slashing people to bits. It's just awesome. It's not too scary. It's actually pretty silly. The scare actors have a good time. It's super fun, super entertaining. I love that scare zone. Also, it's next to the Tribute Store, so you can't go wrong there. Now let's talk about my top 3 favorite houses. I think my third favorite is Blum House. Now, the last time I did Blum House, it was super scary. And the first time I did Blum House, it wasn't super scary, but I also had not seen the movies. Now I went back and I watched the movies. I watched both of the movies. I watched Black Phone and I watched Freaky. Honestly, I really enjoyed Black Phone. So after I went through that house, after watching Black Phone and Freaky, I loved that house and it was so much more scary. But right now, my second favorite house, by far, Legends Collide Universal Monsters. This house is incredible. The set pieces, the actual concept of the house. I love Universal Monsters. I love the Mummy. It takes place in ancient Egypt. Well, actually it takes place in 1920s Egypt or maybe modern day Egypt. They don't really specify, but I believe it's somewhere like 1920s Egypt when all the exploration in Egypt was going on, and it's so much fun. I love this house. It is incredible. If you don't know the story to the Legends Collide house, it's basically 3 monsters. You have the Mummy, he's the main monster because it takes place in Egypt. Then you have Dracula, and then you have the Wolfman. And every night they all 3 battle it out, and at the end of the house, there's one winner. And you can know because he'll be standing there with one of the monster's heads. Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake is by far my favorite house. The set pieces, the little ambiance that goes with it, like I believe they're playing some sort of spooky music the entire time. I don't even know what's going on. Everything's going on all at once. It's hard to pay attention to one thing. But the ambiance, it feels like an old Scooby-Doo movie. The characters feel very Scooby-Doo. There's some good scares. The set pieces are massive. You even feel ocean spray at one point. Really makes you feel immersive, like you're at the ocean where you're here at this pier, and it is so cool. Millie Bobby Brown just went to the parks and took this picture at this house. That's how good this house was. Also, why was she at the parks? Was she gonna go to the parks because Stranger Things was supposed to be a house this year? Here are my top 3 favorite foods at this year's HHN. By far, my favorite food at this year's Halloween Horror Nights is the Reuben fries. Now, I've never had this in years past. I don't know if they had it last year or in any other year, but if you go to the pizza restaurant in the New York section of Universal, you can get Reuben fries. They're basically pizza fries, but they have, I believe it's roast beef. They have roast beef on the top. They have like this 3 Mile Island dressing on top. I don't know. It's like a house-made dressing. It doesn't taste like anything I've ever had before. It's basically like a Reuben dressing. I don't know what's inside the dressing, but it's so good. So you have the fries, the dressing, and then you have the roast beef on top. And I like to put red pepper flakes all over it. It's delicious. There might even be some cheese. I don't know what's in this fry concoction, but it is so good. It is delicious. Please don't be mean to me in the comments, but I have not tried everything at Halloween Horror Nights. Some of them I'm a little bit scared to try. I don't want to try Chucky's Good Boy Burger. Kind of scares me. I don't know why. I just don't want to try it. I really like the pizza skull. I tried that a few weeks ago. I really enjoyed the pizza skull. I think my second favorite has to be Twisted Taters, especially spicy ones. If you get the fiery Twisted Taters, the spicy Twisted Tater with the sausage in the middle, that thing is incredible. They even put a little bit of queso on the outside. They put the flaming hot Cheeto dust, and of course the sausage in the middle. Oh my gosh, I want one right now just thinking about it. I don't think that there's incredible food at Halloween Horror Nights. I'm not gonna lie. It's good and it's unique and it's special. It's not incredible. It's not something you're gonna find at Food and Wine over at Disney, but it is really, really good. It's delicious. It's perfect for the occasion. You don't want to be too fancy and you don't want to be too cheap. It's right in the middle. It's perfect. And honestly, the prices aren't that bad. You do get a decent amount of food for most of these dishes. My third favorite, and don't laugh at me, but my third favorite is very basic, but it's just regular pizza fries. I mean, you can't go wrong. You know what you're gonna get. Pizza fries. Either sausage or pepperoni, or just cheese, but pizza fries, come on. Enough said. Double chef's kiss. It's a classic. You can't go wrong with pizza fries. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video. By the time I post this video, it'll be the middle of October. Halloween Horror Nights is almost over. There's only about half a month left. I really need to go as much as possible because it won't come around for another year, and I just don't know what I'll do. I mean, I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. It might be my favorite holiday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will probably plan on making one more Halloween Horror Nights video, maybe 2, we'll see. Maybe give me a like. Your support is supporting me, and I really appreciate it because I love making these videos for you. I love Halloween Horror Nights, and I hope you do too. And if you haven't already, maybe do me a favor and subscribe down below. Subscribing helps me tremendously. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you have any questions about Halloween Horror Nights, just leave them in the comments down below. Or if you want to ask me anything, I'll probably answer. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Peace.